Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I have a fun reading vlog for you guys today. I had put up a poll not too long ago with 4 different options and they were all for like different themed video ideas that I had, and the one that won was the mushroom. So if you couldn't tell by the title, we are going to be playing with the Mushroom of Madness jar. This is a jar, obviously, that is a mushroom. And before anyone asks, I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I don't know if they have them anymore, but I got this one from there. But in this is filled with pictures of books that are on all my priority TBRs. So my yearly TBR, my 5-star predictions, my romantasy TBR. There are books that I've hauled. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting some, and I probably am, but I mean, these are all just books that I really would like to read by the end of the year, and this thing is stuffed, and it's already March, and I really need to get a move on, and these are intimidating. Some of these can be really big, some of them could be really small, some of them I'm really excited for, and some of them I'm kind of like, So I'm super excited. I think we're only going to be picking maybe 3 times out of here. We're going to stick with 3 for the first time. Anyway, so we're going to get through. I've already mix them all up, and they do kind of get stuck up in the cap, so I have to make sure they're all out. But let's figure out what the first book I'm going to be pulling from here is, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. So let's see if I can open it. See, some of them get stuck up in here, so I had to make sure they were gone. Okay, they are quite literally popping out, so I'm just going to go. There's a couple here. Let's just go with this one. I am so nervous. Also, there are 3 books in here that I cannot read yet, and I'm going to look at this first to make sure it's not one of them, because if it is, I have to put it back, because I'm doing one of the other poll picks was for that video, so I don't want to give it away. So let me look. Okay, I'm not mad at this. This is not one of the books. This is Hench by Natalie Zena Walscott. This, from what I can remember, I got this because of Riley Marie. She really enjoyed this book. I think it was one of her top books one year. And this is about a woman who like works for superheroes, but then she ends up getting like hurt and something happens, and then she like turns to start helping the villains maybe. I know that there's a sequel coming out for this year, and I'm really excited for it. So I'm happy to finally get to this one. This was one of the ones I am excited for, like really excited to get to. So I'm super excited for this. If you already can't tell. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is going to be the first book, Hench, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm actually really excited. Okay. This is perfect. So Hench will be the first book from the jar. Okay, so it is the next day. Technically it's Wednesday because it's after midnight, but it's still Tuesday for me. It's the day after I pulled the pick, and I did start reading Hench, and I am really enjoying it. I am currently 2 chapters in, and I'm going to explain why that is after I tell you what this book is about. So in this book, we're following Anna. She's a hench, and I guess if you know like how villains have like their little evil henchmen that do their other things like behind the scenes and whatnot, that's kind of like what she is. But I liked how she is just trying to get by regardless of whether it's for the good guys or the bad guys. And I feel like we can all kind of relate to that because no one is completely good or evil, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're following Anna, and she gets a job, and normally she's like behind a desk at home working on her computer, but then she ends up getting this office job, and then her boss at the time, the villain, he ends up asking her to come out with them in the field, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change a little bit. And she does, and things happen, and she ends up getting really badly hurt by a superhero. And the fact that she's now hurt, she had like a really badly broken leg, like she has like a rod in her hip to her leg, like it's a whole thing. Anyway, but because of that, she gets let go of her job, which she's really upset about, and she can't find work, so she's staying. She has to have help to get around and stuff, so she's staying with her friend, and she ends up like coming up with this thing about like how much damage do superheroes actually do compared to like what the villains are doing. And it kind of just goes from there. Now, the reason why I'm only 2 chapters in is because there are 8 chapters in this book. This book is 400 pages long, and that means roughly each chapter is about 50 pages. So I'm 100 pages into this. I've only read 2 chapters, but I am really enjoying it. Like I said, I really like the characters, and I like the process of like having to think, like, yes, she works for the villains, but if you look deeper into like the statistics and everything, who is really the villain here? And it kind of is just exploring that, and I really like that. I'm having a great time. Normally, like, when you see these books, like, the only other book I've read that had like superheroes and stuff in it was Renegade series by Marissa Mayer, and I really enjoyed that. So it's interesting to get to see like the people who also help the like bad guys, I guess, who are not like magically inclined, I guess, or whatever, like some of the heroes are, like with their different abilities and whatnot. And I don't know, I'm having a good time. And so far I've read a chapter a day, and I'd like to speed that up, but I don't want to go too fast because I do want to just like take it in and enjoy it for what it is. And sometimes when we do these vlogs and stuff, I find that we always feel the need, at least I do, I always feel the need that I have to like punch out reading these books like wham, bam, bam, bam. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. When I enjoy the books, I want to like really engage with what I'm reading. So I'm happy to be doing that right now. And I am, of course, reading other things along with this, so that's why it's a little slower, but I hate long chapters, but I am having a good time. There are like little breaks and stuff, but overall the chapters are still really long. But I am having a good time. That's all I can ask for, is to have a good time with the book. And I've had this one since I think like 2021. So it's nice to be getting another book that I've had for a long time off of my TBR and finally reading it. And I'm so happy that it's actually really good so far. So yes, that is my update for Hench. I just got out of the shower. It's after midnight. I have some things I still need to do, but I wanted to come on here and update you guys before I went too long and read the entire book. So I'm not sure when I'll check in again. I may check in when I get halfway through, or I may check in when I finish the book. So I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so it's been 2 days since I last talked to you guys. Yes, I seem to always like be just showered in my clips now, so I apologize. It's 7:30 at night on the 5th, and I have finished Hench. I'm really happy I finally got to this book. This was a yearly TBR book. I still have the little slip right here, but I will put the cover up so you guys can see it. So I already told you guys what this was about, and it definitely expanded on everything I had already previously said. It really delved more into revenge and how it can kind of like sway you either way. Like, is it worth it? Is it not? How does it also impact you when you decide to go down that road? It definitely dives in more to social media and how nothing is ever hidden from anyone who wants to actually go looking for it, and how like media can be portrayed just how you want it, no matter how hard you try to steer in a different direction. Someone is always there being able to I guess stir people's emotions and get them to feel the way you want them to feel so that they can act the way you're predicting they're gonna act. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it definitely goes into a lot of that. I really enjoyed the characters. This had a bunch of like different little action scenes in it, but it wasn't like straightforward action all the time, which I really appreciated because we got to go know the characters a little better, and it felt like I could connect to them more than if it just would have been like constant action. So I really appreciated that. And this definitely goes into a lot of like different topics, and I appreciated everything about this book. I liked the plot, I liked the characters, I liked the different like supernatural abilities, and I also liked in the later half in the book how we dive more into what they call the draft, is where like these people, it's like a group that finds kids who start to show superhuman and human abilities, and they want to grab them and sway them more towards heroicness before they turn or have a chance to turn towards villains. And there's like a whole lot going on around this, and the second book's coming out in May, and I'm really excited. It's been years since this book came out, and I'm happy that I finally read it now as opposed to before, because I feel like I can then go into the second book and still understand what's going on. So, I don't know what else to say about this book. I don't want to spoil anything. Just know that I really like this. I give it 4.5 stars. Really happy I picked this book up, and I really want more books like this, with like superheroes and supervillains. Like, I've read the Renegades series. I have Vicious on my TBR, so I know that kind of deals like with similar things. And then of course this one. And then I do have Heroine Complex on my Kindle, which is kind of like superhero, supervillainy-esque. And so I'm interested in that. But I definitely need to keep my eye out for other books with like superheroes in them, because I don't know, it's just like a niche that I'm really interested in. So yeah. Okay, I'm sorry for an angle change. The phone is on a tripod that's normally like for the floor, because my little one broke. And this is precariously perched up here on my bed, and I'm using like this box and my foot, and like it's just a whole thing. So I apologize if it shakes. I am going to say that I did kind of like cheat. I had already picked the next one, but I did not hit the play or the unpause. Like, I had it paused and I forgot to hit it, and so now here we are. So I put it back in. I'm not gonna even tell you guys what it is, but I just want you to know that I'm going to be picking another one out of here. Hench, of course, is already taken out, and any books that I've already read out of here are taken out. But there are a couple books in here that I cannot read yet because they're for videos, and I will be looking at the pics before I show you guys, because I don't want to spoil these videos, because I already have very limited content going out already, and I don't want people to be spoiled. So, and I do get one veto for each video I do with this mushroom jar. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm cheating, but like, is it really though? I'm not gonna say I wasn't happy, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm hoping the jar is nice to us. I don't want any big series, and I don't want any like epic fantasy series, because I have my book club book pick that I want to start next week. It's The Shadow of What Was Lost. I will leave a link down below if you want to join, because it is free to join. Let's just go. I'm hoping for something good. Please remember, I get one veto. This one down here feels like it, but there's one that jumped out, so I'm going to put the one that jumped out back. And I'm going to set this here. I'm going to look at it first. Okay. From Blood and Ash. So this, funny enough, this was the one I picked. I swear I'm not cheating. I swear. I did shuffle everything. Like, I dumped it out and I shuffled everything back, but this was the one I also picked before. So the jar just really wants me to read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have already read this book. It's been a couple years, so I don't remember everything. I made it through to the third book. I got halfway through, and then for whatever reason I put it down. I was having a great time. I just put it down, and now I think like tons more books have come out in the series, and I have all of them, and I have all the audiobooks, and I know that this series I don't think is over, but like it's got some interconnected things, so I'm just counting it as one. But this one's gonna count for Romantasy bingo, and it's also gonna count for my 35 by 35, because I have this whole interconnected series as something I want to complete. Holy crap, this thing's wobbling. Anyway, so From Blood and Ash is going to be the next book I read, I guess. It's so funny that I picked this out again. Like, the chances, like, there's over 100 books in here, and the chances of me picking this again when I picked it before and I didn't hit play, like, what are the chances? I swear I didn't cheat. You watched me. Like, anyway, so From Blood and Ash, I'm not sure how I feel about it, because it is a longer series and it's like restarting another series, and I already have a lot of other things I need to read, but like, I really enjoyed what I read. So I am happy with this, and I can't wait to restart this series. Okay, so it is currently March 11th, technically 12th, because it's after midnight, and I have just taken a shower. Yes, this is going to be a routine, I guess, for this video. Anyway, this is a different shirt, I think. I don't know, I've done so much laundry between this clip and the past couple clips. So anyway, I have finished From Blood and Ash. I'm so sorry I didn't give you an update. This was a reread for me, and even now I still don't know how to describe what this book is. So I apologize if this is going to be a terrible synopsis of what this book is, but we're following Poppy, and she is the maiden. She is kind of revered as something like really precious to the Ascended, which are like the higher ups chosen by the gods, I guess. And Poppy, because she's the maiden, she has to wear a veil to cover her face. She can't really do a lot of things. She doesn't have a lot of freedom, and there are certain rules she has to follow, and she is always being protected by at least 2 guards, and when one of them is killed, another one comes in, and that is, of course, the love interest, Hawke, and it kind of just goes from there. There's so much that's going on, and it almost feels so, like, I don't want to say convoluted, but there is quite a bit packed into this book, and it is over, at least the version I read on Kindle is over 600 pages. So, I'm assuming a lot of you that are watching this have heard of the series or have read it, and I don't want to say any more. I just want to say that I gave it 5 stars the first time, and I gave it 5 stars this time, but I really feel like the first 70% or so is more of like a 4-star, and then the last little bit of it is 5-star worthy. So it is what it is. So I did give it 5 stars, but like I said, it's a reread for me, and this one counted for my 35 by 35, and it also counted for Romantasy Bingo for the single POV published more than 5 years ago. So that means it's time to pick another book out of the Mushroom of Madness, whatever I'm calling it. And I don't know if I've said before, I can't remember at this point, I do get 1 veto, and there are a couple books in here that I don't own, but that are on my spring TBR that are in here, and then there's a couple books that I have planned for a different video, so if I get them, I'm going to put them right back in, but I have shaken this up and mixed it all up, so I gotta make sure it's not stuck in the lid. Alright, I'm nervous. I would like an audiobook. From Blood and Ash was an audiobook for me, however, Hench was not. And I mean, I can go either way, but it would just be nice to have an audiobook. And I'm also reading other books in between reading these and while reading these, so it's taking me a little bit, but I am committed to at least doing 3 books. So let's just figure out. I feel like I don't even know where I want to go. Do I want to go in the middle? Do I want to go on the side? Where do I want to go? It would be nice to get like a TBR book. I feel like, I don't know, there's 2 here. Oh god. All right, we're putting that one back. This is it. I'm gonna look at it first. Oh, okay. So this is The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Call and Richard Kadrey. I have not read anything by either of these authors, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe I have. But this, I believe, is on my 5-star prediction. And I think that's it. So this is a 5-star prediction. My mom thinks I'm going to give 5 stars. So we'll see. Definitely has a creepy cover. And this is definitely a little different from what I've been reading. So this is kind of like a nice, a nice palette cleanser. I don't know anything about this book that I can remember. So once I read a little bit into it, I will come back and give you guys a kind of synopsis of what's going on. But I'm gonna go back to watching Zootopia 2 on Disney Plus. It just came out today, and I'm gonna go to bed because I am tired and I have a new book I need to start thinking about. So see you in the next clip. Okay, so it is the next night, and I made it 36 pages or 9% into The Dead Take the A Train, and I am officially DNFing this. I am not a cosmic horror girly, nor do I really care for noir, like mystery kind of feelings. I didn't really care for the characters, and I don't know, there was just nothing about this I was really caring about. So I am going to DNF it. It's really funny because this is a 5-star prediction for me from my mom, so she's going to have a good laugh at that. But I was going to draw another one because I didn't want to end the video on a DNF, but I only wanted to do 3 books in this because I really want to like get more out of this, and I really enjoyed the first two. So Hench was the first one, gave it 4.5 stars, and then From Blood and Ash was a reread, and I gave that one 5 stars again. And then of course The Dead Takes the A Train, I am DNFing. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm sorry to leave this on a DNF, and I know I didn't get a whole lot of footage, but I'm really happy that I am like doing something other on this channel, and I am thankful that you guys were here for the ride. This will be coming back. I'm thinking though, like maybe each time I use this, I'll put like a little twist on it. So like maybe next time I'll pick 3 books each time, and then pick one of the 3 that I really want to read and like go from there. And so you guys will have to let me know if you have any ideas on how I should make a twist of pulling things out of this. I did add in any more books I hauled, and also I put my spring TBR in here. So there's that. And yeah, so I'm happy that I got through a couple more books that were on my priority TBRs for the year. And I can't wait to get to this again. But I have so many other things I really need to read, including my TBR for the month of March. So I need to get a go on that. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I appreciate you all for watching if you did. And I really love the idea of this little jar. Like, I love this jar, and I love that it helps me get through my priority things that I need to be reading. So, like this video down below if you liked it. Comment letting me know if you'd like to see this mushroom jar come back again in a video. And subscribe if you want to. I would greatly appreciate it. And until my next video, I will see you guys again soon. Bye!